Hey, it's Steve and Mike with Real Estate on Record. We're here with Stefano, and Stefano's got some new topic to discuss.
Let's talk
What are we
about
talking about?
community.
Yeah, so like we started with the videos last week. We did Sonoma, Valor, East and West Woodbridge, Kleinberg Summit.
We have Bolton, North, South, and West, or East, West, and North.
Yeah, and the videos are going to be on different types of houses you can get in each location, different amenities, what kind of demographic they have to offer.
To be honest, Caledon's not even just Caledon East, Caledon in general. Like when you get out to like a little further, like Bellefontaine and stuff like that, it's beautiful country, and I know this personally because we did a lot of cycling. So you do your 80 to 100 kilometer rides through these beautiful landscapes in Caledon. It's incredible. I mean, we did a lot of stuff out east too, like in Stouffville and stuff like that. But to be honest, Caledon East is like something such a picturesque place. That's why
Pretty.
it's very pretty, and that's why a lot of the big wigs from Toronto, like the Rogers, all those guys have equestrian farms in Caledon. Caledon's huge. There's so many. I see those helicopters flying over. They land. They stay at their estate. They go whatever the hell they do, and that's it. But Caledon's huge, huge, huge. That's why a lot of the politics was controlled. Like a lot of the top, like a lot of so Caledon, it's a lot of land that can be developed and improved and get built out, but it was always on hold in Peel. Why? Because a lot of the people with money kept that Caledon on hold just for their own reasons because of their estates and stuff like that. They don't want to change it. That's why Caledon's always been like a sleepy type town in all the Peel region.
I wonder if that changes now that Peel's splitting.
I don't know. Maybe it makes it worse because
Are
Peel
they
put pressure on
splitting?
them, right?
Are they splitting for sure?
Well,
Because
I don't know if it's for sure.
Mississauga,
Mississauga
Brandon.
wants out. A big factor is to commute where they work. If they work in Toronto, a lot of people want to be in Toronto just because there's transportation to get you to and from. Now we have the extension, obviously, of the subway to Vaughan, and we're going to have our own concrete jungle here that'll take you right to the subway,
Okay.
get you into Toronto. So that's a little bit cheaper option, but more longer commute.
Even that we went to Colossus for Saturday night, me and my wife, to watch a movie. So that whole center is going to be torn down. Do you know exactly? Is that all the way to Gulf Town? It's going to be torn down, or is it just where the Colossus
I
is?
looked at the plan a long time back. It's been a while.
30 towers or something.
Something like
nuts?
that, yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Even in front of, they're doing the same thing. Look at Vaughan Mills, right? In Vaughan Mills, where
Yeah, what are
Decathlon
they
is.
doing there?
There's, I think, 6 or 9 buildings going there. But
What
Rutherford's
are
a
they gonna
disaster.
do? Well, so how are they going to
Condos.
improve? No, how are they going to improve the roads there?
They're not.
But it's
The
gonna
roads are
be-
there. Where are they going to improve
It's
to?
going
It's
to be,
on top of all the buildings at Gin and Major Mac already.
but doesn't that hurt the city?
Everything is poor planning here. What I've seen here, to be honest, I don't understand. When they do things with like no money. It's like on a string budget. Like if you're going to develop a whole section, you build the roads out, and that's the good thing about China being a communist country, which it is that like, hey, this is where we see the next population growth. They just make controls like, hey, we got to just boom, we're going to put all these roads, we're going to put all this infrastructure. So they build a city before the population gets there. So it's like master plan communities. What I'm seeing with Florida is similar to that too. Like especially our neck of the woods, they're always like improving. So even where we bought on the again, it's on a smaller scale, but on the corkscrews where we bought all these gated communities, they're already going 4 lanes right away. There's like, and the construction's taking a long time. Everyone's complaining, but they don't know what's bad. So like we can't. I mean, my office in Kleinberg, I lived in Nobleton. I had to leave at a certain time, or you're screwed. It's
Yeah.
usually like a 11 or 12 minute drive, and that's like that project I invested in Miami a while back in 2017. It's the same idea. It's a vertical city. It has retail, commercial. It has a place of worship, and then it's also like It's a residential rental building,
Yeah.
so it's got like everything in it. I mean, if you you live there, you work there, you can even shop there. So they're trying to bring that theory, and that was designed in 2017. But now I think they're obviously more elaborate.
They're expanding
Yeah.
now too, because I know I was looking at one in Denver with Great Brook.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Is that
it's exact-
PMG is the
Yeah,
builder?
yeah.
Yeah. I think Caledon, for me, just based on because everything's moving around, there's a lot of land there to get built, to be honest, and it's still a pretty decent location. If they start continuing this highway, I think that's future for sure. But again, it's Caledon's like a hit and miss. It's bankrupted so many people because they banked on it and they lost it because there was never any improvement.
I feel like they might be forced to start developing just because if they get separated from Peel, and like we said, Mississauga and Brampton are supporting a lot of the money in Peel. I don't think Caledon has a lot of sustains its own growth. So I think they might be forced to build and continue to grow to obviously service their community.
Yeah, I'll say Caledon, just based on because now the split and everything, they're gonna have to start making income. They're gonna have to start
Building,
thinking
I would
outside
say.
out of the norm that they've normally didn't have to do in the past, right? Obviously, out east is quite big. I mean, if you get into like Pickering, Pickering's huge naturally,
Pickering, yeah.
but even north of that, is that Bancroft? What's north of Pickering? There's a community there.
Like Peterborough, like not that north.
Peterborough, yeah, around there. Like that's blowing up heavy. Yeah, you guys can reach out to us anytime. I mean, our numbers are blasted all over the internet. You can always call us direct, not a question. But if you have a question, you can always submit it here on YouTube or even like on Instagram. You can private message us, no problem at all. Yeah, keep a lookout for the community videos. I mean, they're going to be brief, but they're going to be really good. They're going to give you an idea of value of houses in the area, the population, and then there's always going to go into like B-roll and showing what you can find. I think it's just a quick synopsis of every area. I'm overlapping what I'm doing in Florida, to be honest, and bringing it into Canada because that's what I see very. There's a little bit of a gap that's being missed here in Toronto, to be honest. So I think that's good for all our clients. Like we can always say, hey, you're interested in Bolton, like here, take a look at this video, go through it, like it'll B-roll, like everything that's in there. So everything, like it's a quick synopsis.
You could see what Bolton has to offer.
100%. My new assistant in Florida now, like she's like, I wish there was because she was married to. Her husband was military, right? So they would be moving from base to base. So there's always like getting to know a new area, like a different state or a new area, stuff like that. So she was like, I wish I had a realtor that had like a synopsis of these different communities so I didn't have to do all the research ourselves. So that's similar what we're trying to overlap. Obviously, we're in two markets now, so we're trying to bring some of the missing gaps that from Toronto back and vice versa, right? Back and forth.
That's a goodbye right there.
Goodbye.